Ja. Der kommt bei mir daheim mal vorbei. Test, Test. So, jetzt können wir keinen Spaß mehr machen.
Was?
Jetzt wird's ernst.
Wie lange?
1 Stunde. Sicher?
Ja, vielleicht.
Sind wir schon, oder? Ja. Ah, gut. Die Katze kommt. Ein bisschen frontal die Kamera.
Wenigstens hat er auf dir zu sehen.
Welcome and a lovely afternoon from the Roundtable German AGM here in Heidelberg in Germany. My name is Mark Germeshausen and I am glad to be the host of the table talk about Friends of Ukraine. And I'm very, very happy that we actually can do it in that way and not via Zoom directly, where I can welcome Vanessa Kodish as the main coordinator for Germany North of the Ukraine Convoy. I'm happy to welcome Florian Hell. He's the CEO of the Ukraine Convoy, and Tim Stradanenko, which is the IRO of Roundtable Moldova and the coordinator of the Refugee Center in Moldova. Great, thank you very much that you are joining today's table talk, which is actually a program of the Roundtable International University. So we would like to show best practices. We would like to show various fields, what is actually happening in the Roundtable world. And yeah, we definitely would like to show what happened actually since the 24th of February when Russia invaded Ukraine. Over 100 days this war is going on, and plenty of activities has been started all over Europe. And today we actually would like to point out two various initiatives actually one of the biggest initiative about yeah, I would say more or less in history of Roundtable, because it's a massive project, and what this project actually contains we will talk about. But not just these two activities are actually happening in regards of Ukraine. We have much more going on and all over Europe. We are having wonderful tables which are taking care about refugees in Belgium, in the Netherlands. We are also having a great initiative from Roundtable Hungary, Roundtable Austria. And there is so much happening also in Romania. But today we would also like to focus now on our two activities. So from the beginning, actually, from February on, what happened? What was actually when you heard that there is a war in Ukraine, how did you react? How did you start? And yeah, maybe you can share us your story.
I will start.
If you want, please go ahead.
Yeah, it was a black day for all of us in the world, and it was a black day for the people in Ukraine. And, in Germany, we have two convoys: the Freunde helfen convoy and the Weihnachtspäckchen convoy. Most of the people in Europe, or most of the table, knows the Christmas gift convoy, and the Freunde helfen convoy was also part in history of the Christmas gift convoy, and then there was a extra company. And we support the country Ukraine and Romania, Moldova, and Bulgaria the last years. And on this day, we said, okay, we have to do something. Our friends are in Ukraine, and we want to help. And we sent a lot of WhatsApp in this morning, and we made a picture with the free software on the app with solidarity for Ukraine. And then the project starts. And after day 5, we sent the first truck to Ukraine. And after day 7, we had a donation of €1 million. It was an incredible feeling, and the solidarity of the whole world and of the whole roundtable family of all 4 clubs, it was unbelievable. That was my start with the project.
And how did you see it, Tim, as a neighboring country? How was it for Moldova? Because you're having such a long borderline also with the Ukraine. How was the whole situation in Moldova? How did the table, because it is one club which is actually holding the whole show running right now with the refugee center, and it's a massive effort what you are putting inside. How did you react when you heard about the war situation in Ukraine?
Well, I remember how my day started that day. It's a day where we actually had planned to go to the hotel and talk to them about booking the hotel for our next week AGM. And of course, in the morning when you wake up and you don't know about nothing and you go to work, we had to go at that time to the hotel. I have got a lot of messages like this one in WhatsApp from tables around the world, and first of all in Germany, friends that were asking me if it's okay, are you okay, everything's fine. I didn't know nothing. So when I just arrived at the hotel, I read the news and I was shocked. You can understand that something like that is happening like next door, and that's something that is not easy to get. Yeah, of course, it's not your country, but it was a moment where you understand whenever there was wars really far away from here, Africa or Syria or somewhere in the Middle East, it's something far away, but when it's happening here, now, next door, that's freaky, a little freaky. But that didn't stop us from putting the initiative to, and even that day, starting with the conversation with the hotel, we understood that they are already busy with hotel booking from Ukraine. And we started to get a lot of calls from our friends, a lot of friends from Ukraine. So that day, I think we were 3 or 4 of us at that moment at the hotel. We booked half of the hotel for the refugees that were coming from there. Of close our friends. So this is how it happened on the first day of it.
That is crazy to see how fast actually Roundtable can help and support if there is a need. And we can see that the theme of Roundtable International this year is actually really working. Stronger together, and we can be just stronger together. And because you were also telling now about distance, for us it was also very, because I'm from Austria, and actually Vienna and the Ukraine border are about 400 kilometers just far from each other. So it's actually very, very close to Europe, something what we did not expect. So Florian already told us several things what is actually happening in the first steps. And I saw that you are coordinating the northern part of Germany. What were your first steps, or how did you feel the day? Vanessa said she would like to maybe I have some help in the translation part, so I am happy to do so.
Thanks a lot. Ja, wir haben nicht damit gerechnet. Wir waren alle sehr schockiert, als wir am Morgen von der Nachricht hörten. Ich glaube, uns ging es allen ähnlich, dass wir uns sehr hilflos fühlten, sehr ohnmächtig. Die ersten Tränen rollten und wir versuchten da einfach Fassung zu bewahren, aber uns war allen direkt klar, am selben Abend haben wir uns getroffen, wir helfen. Also es gibt keine andere Option.
Okay, short sentences so I can translate it.
But please translate the emotions.
They were very, very shocked also when they heard about the message in the media that there is actually something happened like a war in Europe. They really tried to stay in continents and actually to focus on the essential, and also they needed to fight with the tears when they heard certain activities going on in the Ukraine.
Yes. And es war für uns eine Pflicht zu helfen. Man braucht nicht viel Empathie, um sich da reinversetzen zu können.
For them it was an obligation actually to help, because you do not need much empathy actually to be and to feel how they are in the kind of the situation.
Wichtig war für uns, dass wir uns ganz schnell vernetzen mit unseren Freunden in Moldawien, mit unseren Kontakten in der Ukraine, um zu sehen, wo herrscht Bedarf, was können wir jetzt wirklich zielorientiert tun.
It was very, very important actually to cooperate and to spread out their network with friends in Moldova, in Ukraine, and to see actually what is their need, what they actually need, and which kind of support, how we can actually support and help them.
Richtig. Und es kam eine so große Solidarität von der Bevölkerung in Deutschland zunächst, mit der wir nicht gerechnet haben. Es überrollte uns an Hilfsangeboten, wofür wir sehr dankbar waren. Und Florian kann das wahrscheinlich sicherlich gut ergänzen. Das breitete sich die Entwicklung weniger Tage auf ganz Europa aus.
Yeah, actually, within the first days, they already saw that the solidarity from society was tremendous.
Yes.
It was massive. See, I'm getting goosebumps again. It was tremendous because you see that not just actually the German people or the citizens were able to help, but it was then actually spread all over Europe. And many organizations actually asked for how they can actually support the main initiative.
Und das wuchs und so war es uns möglich, innerhalb einer ganz kurzen Zeit unheimlich viele Konvois auf den Weg zu bringen. Vorher, um in Zahlen zu sagen, im Jahr zuvor haben wir 36 Konvois in die entsendenden Zielländer geleitet und innerhalb weniger Zeit ist es uns heute schon möglich, mit dem über 100. Tag das verdreifacht zu haben. Genaue Zahlen kann Florian gleich gerne ergänzen.
Yeah, it was actually crazy to see how dynamic the whole situation was at the beginning, because looking at the past years, they were able to send around 38, was it? 36 convoys during a whole year, and now when we're seeing it's about the 100th day now of the Ukraine war, and much more than tripled amount of convoys as of trucks got sent actually into this area. But furthermore, Florian will tell us a bit more figures, but maybe we can already start with some figures.
Yes, okay. Actually, after 100 days, we sent 108 trucks. 108 trucks, 40 tons.
How many tons in total of goods and materials were actually donated?
Over 900 tons of humanitarian aid. It's unbelievable.
Humanitarian aid, what can our listeners actually can understand?
From okay, now they're difficult.
Now
in English. Yeah, from Nahrungsmittel, from fruit and drinks, over milk, haltbare Milch.
Okay, yeah.
pflaster,
Yeah, some medications.
some medications, and something else, beds, beds for the refugees, and everything.
I also saw
like
many hospital beds were also delivered.
hospital beds. We have Feldbetten,
Yeah, which is actually just the how's it called, instant beds, or how do
instant
you call them?
instant beds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sent a lot of these goods, and Vanessa said the solidarity was amazing, and we have over 900 tons of humanitarian aid, and we have a donation over 4 million euro from the whole world. That was crazy. You said in the beginning it's the biggest project in history, and that was unbelievable. But the pressure grows up million to million on the whole team, because it's 100% in our free time.
And it's a massive responsibility as
Yes.
to coordinate a project in that dimension. And that's why we actually said we would like to give more insights in the project and the activities you're actually running, because for some of us, it's actually not imaginable what you guys are truly doing within that.
In the first days, I think the first week it was 24 hours each day. We have some guys in our task force. They work on day, and in the night they help in the convoy task force. Peter Skipper, he called Tim then already and said, okay, what could we do? How can we help? And then also we go both, or we go two ways for help the people in the Ukraine, or four. We send some goods to EGA, to Roundtable Hungary. We send some goods to Brasov, to Roundtable Romania. We work with Tim and Roundtable Moldova, and we work with Rotary in Lemberg, Lviv in the Ukraine. And we have also GPS tracking at the end of the donations, and it's crazy what we start in with I said it's so crazy what we start with, a free picture on a free app. Unbelievable.
And when I'm seeing actually all the cooperation which is done at the moment, because you just mentioned Rotary Club, because you also mentioned a network which was actually already created in the past. I also heard that Rotary Club from the United States actually came to you and wanted to donate through you. So maybe you can share about your existing network you are actually cooperating with.
I think the network is the network of our 4 clubs, actually. And our 4 clubs are so important for this work. We get in contact with Rotary, and Rotary said, okay, they're really good guys. They help us, they support us. And then Rotary go for Werbung, advertisement, the Freunde helfen convoy in the whole world. And we get calls from Rotary Austria, we get calls from Rotary New York, and something really from the whole world. It was so crazy. And it was networking, simply networking. One guy said to the other, hey, it's a good project, you could donate. And yeah, they donate and they trust in us and what we do in the past. I think that's what's important, that we sent last year 20 trucks to Ukraine.
I guess it's as soon as a project is growing and people see the added value and the sustainability behind it, I guess then they also actually would like to support the initiative what you're actually raising. Also talking about cooperation with you, Tim, how was the cooperation now between Roundtable Germany, the Freunde Helfen Convoy, and you? How are you cooperating? What do you actually needed from them, and which kind are you continuing giving it actually to the people in need?
Well, one of the most important things, and right from the start, and
maybe a bit louder.
Yeah, so it's one of the most important things, I would say, even from the first days when we jumped in the cars and went to the border. And I think that was maybe not the first ones, but the first ones in real situation when people were just a really big crowd of people at the border and kilometers away. So the most important thing is communication. and cooperation, because we did that together because we had like calls after calls every time, each time. Either it was a really late night within the Zoom meetings with the Florian and then the all responsibles and the coordinators in for the Custom Convoy. And also, as you said, we're only one club, so that makes us 17 people over there. Even knowing that's not enough hands. So most of the time I couldn't have my fingers writing. So most of the communications was videos, and I think that was the best thing I could do, and just record videos and send it personally to people that I know, and we've been actually establishing this this way of communication and coordination since we started, and then before we chatted around table Moldova. So it was quite easy, only because we know that we are on table. So,
and this is actually important to have support from the network, what we are in, and yeah, again, I can't say it often enough. I love the theme "Stronger Together" because we can show much more. We can really support each other, and now we are also stronger together with Ladies Circle and with also the other clubs, seeing actually how this project was grown side by side. I guess this is one of the examples we can actually show. How did you see it and how actually it is working? Because coordinating it with 4 clubs might be also a bit tricky.
I really like it because wir sind alles Leute, die.
She started on it.
She's in the flow.
Nein, wir sind alle Clubs, die dasselbe Ziel verfolgen, und wir richten uns aufeinander aus, und wir können unser Potenzial so viel mehr nutzen, einfach wenn wir auf einem Weg zusammen sind.
So all the 4 clubs have actually the same aims and objectives and trying to target the same vision. And as when we are cooperating, actually we see that all the 4 clubs are working very well together.
Ganz genau. Und das Side by Side, das war das Erste, was ich auch im Norden angegangen bin, weil ich einfach sehe, wie viel Potenzial und Kraft dahinter steckt. Und gerade jetzt in dieser Ausnahmesituation ist es das Beste, was uns passieren konnte.
As you said, in side by side, there's so much potential, and we can see when all 4 clubs are working together and sharing this one vision, we can see how much power, how much energy is inside of it. And due to this example, we really can show off what side by side means.
Our aims and objects are the basic of the success of the project, I think, and that's the reason why it's so successful.
And that's wonderful, because also I see that not only just the roundtable clubs are actually donating also money-wise. I saw that Agora Club, for example, Belgium or other countries actually really donating in that, because yeah, and when we are now checking, actually, you said more than 4 million euros were already raised. Where are you spending this money?
Yeah, we invest actually 1 million in food and something else.
So out of this 4 million euros, 1 million euros is gone, and is well spent it for food. Yeah?
For food, the things I said, and 100,000 euro for transport, for example, and it's really low because we have 111 vehicles, 108 trucks, 1 small truck, and 2 buses. Buses. 100,000 euro for 111 vehicles, and that's crazy.
That is impressive to see. So, because we're always saying actually it is not a sprint, it is a marathon.
Absolutely.
And because we nobody knows how long this war in the Ukraine will be on, nobody knows how the situation is, and especially when the war is over, they need many or plenty of support to build up the country again. Yeah. So how do you see what is the forecast according, or what is planning status now from the Help Convoy to Ukraine?
We actually we work with a list of needs from Ukraine and from our friends in Moldova, and we work with a business case or with a business plan. And you said the right word. It's a marathon, and not a sprint. It was a sprint, and now we change, and we will invest the money over a long time to grow up the country again. That's our main plan at the end.
I saw that you also donated different kind of fire brigade vehicles, that you are looking for other things. I guess also plenty of people which are now listening to us might also would like to know, what are you still looking for? Maybe you can tell us something. What is at the moment on your need list? What are you looking for? And yeah, maybe you can also share how's the situation regarding that in your part of the country, because you're very, very far north, I guess Husum, I heard, yes. So it is, yeah, very far.
Kommt auf den Blickwinkel an. Es gibt Konstante, die wir dauerhaft liefern werden, wie Lebensmittel, wie Verbandsmaterial, medizinischer Bedarf. Das sind Konstanten, die werden wir jetzt aber auch zum Wiederaufbau weiterhin beschaffen. Dann gibt es natürlich immer spezielle Ausnahmen an Needs. Beispielsweise haben wir Arbeitsschuhe geliefert, wir haben Funkgeräte geliefert, wir haben Stromaggregate geliefert, Löschfahrzeuge, Rettungswagen, alles, was leider die Umstände erfordern.
Okay, well, yeah, then let me quickly summarize. Okay, there are always constantly needed items like groceries, shoppings, grocery lists, food, medication. There are certain regulations in that part, but there are also special requests like we had in the past, like power generators, like ambulances, like fire brigade vehicles, and there's always on the list. There are also sometimes always new items they're trying to consider and to ask from the society or from organizations which maybe don't need it anymore.
Mhm.
And since yesterday, we have a new cooperation with a big company in Germany for the future, and we could buy something in their company from the need list at the end. And the solidarity is actually is immer noch da.
It's still here.
It's still here, yes.
So when you're considering the whole amount of the project, you went through different phases, because at the beginning, of course, the media reputation and the media reported quite a lot. I guess now, it's on a stagnant level, but the people still need support and help. So how do you see how we can keep the activity what you're doing still active?
I think the first thing is to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and something else. It's an advertising blog now.
Sure, feel free to.
Hilfe, die ankommt. Help that arrives. That's our accounts, and I think we have to talk about the project. We have to talk about the people in the Ukraine, about our friends, and we have to take care about it. And that's the main reason to put it in the hearts of everybody.
And how do you see it actually in Moldova, the refugee camp you established? Because actually in the first weeks, the people still had the hope that the war is over soon and that they can maybe move back to the home country. But then there was suddenly a changing point where they actually then tried to move on to other countries and maybe to settle. How is the situation at the moment in Moldova? How do you see it on a personal side regarding the refugee camp? And what do you think personally about the close future?
Well, the situation is quite simple. It's quiet right now. It's quiet. We still have, and the only refugees that are now staying in Moldova and in our new center that we established.
How many are those?
We have now 3 families. One just left to Austria, so we have left 3 families. You take a good care. So we have 3 families over there. It's about 9 people, including kids. And these are people that actually still believe and still struggle to stay here, to go back home whenever this is gonna settle down and end. Let's hope it's gonna be soon. Well, and the situation is, whenever there's gonna be a breaking point and people really could get back to their homes and to the countries or wherever they could go back. There's going to be the other side of the coin where the rest of the people that are trapped in cities that are still bombed and they are trapped in their bunkers or basements, they will need and they will try to escape there. So we're going to have this change up. That's in my mind, and this is what we prognosis the next I don't know, a month or two. We really know that. And for a long distance, I would say, of course, it's a matter of if you want to do it or not. I mean, you can continue it for a couple of months till it's going to be even easier. But the whole, maybe not the whole country, but part of the country is still demolished, is destroyed. So they're going to need a lot of help. And as I used to say, from maybe not the first month, but afterwards, I used to say even in our Zoom meetings that we, Moldova, we are still a poor country. And we, of course, a part of the world, the whole Europe now, can feel the economic things that started because of that. So in our country, it's getting worse. So we might get in a little bit of crisis till the end of the year. And I know how bad is that going to go, but anyways, we will have to focus on two things. So that's our people, the poor people, and of course help for refugees and for Ukraine itself.
Well, how many people actually you were able to take care during the whole period?
Wow.
Do you have some numbers for us?
Yeah, but I might be mistaken. So from what I remember and I have wrote down, we have sent with the help of most of the tables from Roundtable Germany, the clubs that just came to the border or to us, pick up the people that we have in our refugee center. So it basically was people that came to our place. They stayed like 1 to 3 days, and then it was sent to families. Home hosting, or just helping them renting house, settle the kids. We have sent more than 200 people to Germany. So overall, of people that we had in our refugee centers, maybe more than 300.
Wow, that's impressive numbers here. Take care, and this still need to consider 17 people of your club.
Yeah,
that is impressive.
Amazing.
And that's why we need to have such good cooperations within our own roundtable family. Yeah, either with Ladies Circle, with Agora, with Tension, with 41ers, and here we actually can see what we are actually doing. Yeah, because sometimes things are just happening in a theoretical background, maybe on paper, maybe you have some ideas, but here we can really see and we can actually really do something by ourselves and help and support families and people in need. We still have now time actually for some questions from our listeners on social media. Yeah. So if you have any questions to this wonderful people, because we always, when I'm traveling, hearing something about the effort we are doing for Ukraine is so great. Now we have actually the people here who are doing the work, who are coordinating the projects, and who are actually really, really settled in everything. So if you would like to hear something, and we have our wonderful technical guy here with us who can tell us if there are any questions within the comment section right now, then we would love to hear them. As of course we can still give you some more insights from our part, and that would be wonderful. Anything here? Nothing yet. That's no problem. So, no, in general, by talking about the situation, where are you able actually to get the different kind of products? Because I saw that you have different kind of stations all over Germany. How are you coordinating the logistics? How are actually, or because first I heard no private donations, please, because you are more looking for the bigger picture and for really the items you mentioned. So if somebody would like to help, if somebody would like to give something, I don't know, either as a private donator, as a company, as an organization, what you're looking for and how are the logistic ways of working? I don't know who would like to answer.
I want to say
Okay.
something about the teams, and then
Please,
maybe
please. Yeah.
we organize that in different teams. We have some teams for the drivers. We have a team for logistics. We have a team for Einkauf.
For sales.
For sales?
Sorry, not for
No,
sales.
not for
Shopping.
sales.
For shopping.
For shopping. Yeah, we have a shopping team. And then we have a team for the clubs. Then if a club want to do something, they could call them and say, okay, support us, please help us. And we have a finance team, and that's our organization, and that it's the way how it works actually. And at the beginning, we have every day Zoom calls, and in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Tim was the most of the time in the car.
Well, he
Only
still
free time I
he
did.
still is. If we can see actually where he's traveling all the time.
Yeah. He's the IRO. It's fun.
next to his coordinator in the park.
Yeah. But that was the beginning, and now we said it's a marathon, and now it works. Yeah. During the whole week, and we get some new needs, and then we buy, and then we send, and we have our contacts to the companies in Germany, and we have good supporting companies at the moment. We have Daimler Benz, actually. We have MAN. They support us. We have we get a big donation from Festo. One check about 1 million euro. It was unbelievable. It was.
I guess nobody can imagine the sum.
Yeah. Somebody saw it on the German issue. It was crazy. But the pressure of this check was also
Massive.
on our shoulders. Okay. Yeah, and that's the reason how it works actually. And for the future, you could say something.
Also ich möchte gerne nochmal auf die Frage eingehen, was die Menschen tun können, die den Wunsch haben zu helfen einfach. Es sind auch und vor allem große Institutionen, die uns helfen, aber wir sind auch nur so erfolgreich, weil die breite Bevölkerung das Projekt unterstützt.
She also would like to come back. Who can actually support? Yeah, so it's not just big main companies, because it's actually the broad society which actually giving the support towards this project. And you can tell us more.
Da sind ganz tolle Projekte entstanden, auch von Privatmenschen, die gesagt haben, wir geben Charity-Konzerte, wir machen die ein Teil mehr Aktion an der Kasse, wir kaufen einen Teil mehr, was wir euch spenden. Es gibt Leute, die 20 € überweisen, auch das hilft uns. Die Summe in Masse macht es. Also all das zusammen ist der Grund, warum wir da stehen, wo wir gerade sind.
So everybody actually can support. There are some people which are organizing small charity concerts. There are people which are buying additional products in the shop for the Ukraine support. We call it one part more or one item more, or little small private donations are also helping, because the total sum which is getting collected, that is all about, and where we actually can then set the focus on.
Genau.
So everybody who would like to support and help this activity can do so. Please be a part of it. We had already the obligation towards the society. That is actually one of the aims and objects, one line in the Austrian aims and objectives, and which I actually very, very love, because everybody of us has an obligation towards the society. Yeah. Okay. Would you like to add something there?
No, I'm fine with this.
How can people support you in Moldova?
The same as we started.
Yeah.
I still have no idea how we did it, but it was just as you said, always in the car, and every spare minute I had, it was in the car with the phone in my hand. Actually, this is how we started it. It was a couple of phone calls, a couple of videos that I sent, and we've managed to put the PayPal account and private, small, little by little money raised up the first, BRICS Foundation for our refugee center. That worked, and that worked like this same moment, and not only internationally. We started it with because you had to establish something to get money or to get the information to guys. We have a couple of meetings Zoom, as we said, and put up a list and update it every day and every like 4 hours, 24 hours. It was really changing every couple of hours, and you don't know, okay, that is enough. Now you have. So the thing is that till then we have to do something on our own. So of course we started with our money. We have also friends. So within the first days we've been helping at the border till we were also busy establishing the refugee center. And we have had enough friends as we got, and we raised maybe about also 3,000 euro on our own just to do that till we get the next part with the PayPal and private money, private people, and then do it officially between Roundtable Germany, from the Health Convoy, and our organization Roundtable.
And what I saw today during the General Assembly here in Germany, that you also received a bigger donation.
Yeah.
So what did you get, and what will you use it for?
We'll use it
And
for.
what did you get?
We'll get to it. Yeah, we'll use it as we did within this month. I have lost about maybe more than a week of not sleeping, going throughout the border, going with refugees to Romania and send it to other tablers or just to the trains to get to Germany or Austria or wherever in Europe. And that is a thing that we really needed. And now we got it. It's a minibus, a 9-seater.
Yeah. A
4 tons,
9-seater
yeah.
minibus.
Yes.
That is wonderful, because I
Yeah.
guess you can really do a lot, and not
Yes.
just with your private cars. And here you can get much more people actually inside.
Yes, much more big impact.
And that is impressive, and is really thankful for every support we're doing here, because when we actually saw also on an RTI perspective what Roundtable International did with the relocation of humans, we actually did it quite simple. We created on TableAvert a form where tablers all over Europe were able to actually to fill in, yes, I have a spare house, a spare room, a spare flat, and or an apartment house or whatever, and I would like to provide my accommodation for refugees. And this is something what was working very well. We have so many people from Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, and also Belgium, who are providing those accommodations for these people and still taking care. And this is something what is also very amazing, where every lady, every tabler can participate actively in the whole Ukraine support. And so it's not just one project which is run by one organization. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
And this team effort we actually need to show and we need to spread, because people need to be aware what we are doing, how we are acting, and how we are as a roundtable family. And this is something what is very nice in the side-by-side aspect. So I will still look once more if we have any questions inside of the comment section. Nope, that is also okay. So if there is any open topic, any questions you would like to raise, then I would love to give you the possibility right now.
I want to say thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the big network that we have in the 4 clubs. And that's the reason of the success of the Ukraine convoy. Thank you very much at all people in the whole world.
Would you like to repeat once more the numbers, because I love to hear them?
Okay.
he has a little paper where everything is written.
108 trucks, 2 buses, 1 minibus, 111 vehicles. We have over 900 tons of humanitarian aid. We spoke about it.
Do we know how much value this 900
it's
tons has?
it's quite difficult. You have the Zollwert.
Well, the customs value.
Customs value. It's different to the real value.
Okay.
I think over 5 million.
Yeah.
Quite more.
Yeah.
Because there was some power generators, 2 trucks with 4 power generators, and not more. There's big
Big
power
ones.
generators, and we have medicaments,
The medications.
medications from the Switzerland from over 400,000 euros.
Yeah, just one truck.
Just
whatever,
one truck of them.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. I think quite more than 5 million. Yeah, over 4 million donations and 20 people in the task force with a lot of people in the neighbor countries of Ukraine.
That's impressive.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you. Thank you.
Would you like to add something?
Es ist, der Ukraine-Krieg ist ein trauriges Beispiel dafür, wie wir füreinander aber positiv einstehen. Und wir wünschen uns einfach, dass das, egal welche Konflikte, welche Problematiken es noch gibt, dass wir diese Roundtable-Familie nutzen, um immer so zu agieren, zusammenzuarbeiten und weiterzumachen.
She said the Ukraine war is actually very, very sad, but in the way how we are cooperating, it's a very positive way how we as a roundtable family with all the clubs involved are working stronger together.
Yeah, I think I would also say a big thank you, and thank you for of course you, Florian, and Roundtable Germany for everything you did and for the support actually we get from you. And I know that comes both ways. We needed support and you needed support from here of information it now, but actually more important, we wouldn't work if you weren't there to support us. And also Roundtable the Netherlands was also involved in helping us. So we've been also getting trucks, lorries with humanitarian aid, food, and most needed things. And also we had get about 25,000 euro from the Netherlands too. So thank you very much for that. And Austria too.
As I said, it is incredible how all the associations within mostly Central and Eastern Europe, and also of course with whole Europe, with NEAR, with SEM, are cooperating and collaborating. And here we can see we are a network, we are associations, and we are cooperating very well. Sometimes it's quite similar to the European Union. We are growing and getting much stronger when there's a crisis, unfortunately. And I see it also in that way, how fast we can react if we as, let's say as Roundtable, leave the politics side away, we can achieve much more, we can set milestones. And this is actually what we are doing right now with the Ukraine project. So I'm very, very thankful to have you as the guest in the Roundtable talk about Friends of Ukraine. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you very much, Florian. And yes, I just can invite you to the next Roundtable International University table talks. Always be updated, stay tuned, what is actually going on in the Roundtable world. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions, any comments, then leave it in the comment section and we will come back to you. Thank you very much for being with us. And we are saying goodbye from the German AGM here in Heidelberg.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.